He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, you won't just start all the reading. I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Tuesday. I have to think for a minute there. Is it Tuesday? Being off, being at home, relaxing, chilled, forgetting what day it is. Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on Story Time today. Always a pleasure to be here with you. Yes, indeed. Feels good. Feels good every single time. Thank you for being here with us. And I hope that you are ready today for the construction site crew. And of course, a wonderful, wonderful celebration ahead. And this one is called Construction Site Merry and Bright. And of course, coming to you from the dynamic duo SHERRI, DUSKEY, RINKER, and A.G. Ford. Thank you so much to them for bringing us this wonderful book. And of course, thank you to Chronicle Books for allowing us to share this lovely material here on Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you had a lovely Monday, and I hope that your Tuesday is even better. Thank you so much for joining in today, and hopefully too you are able to try out some of our challenge. You're able to reach out to somebody, check in on somebody, and say hello. Let them know we love them. Let them know that we love having them as part of our community. Thank you so much for joining in today. Absolutely love it that we are here together. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Yes, indeed. And if you're joining in alone, it is still very okay. You are welcome to Story Time. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining in. Please do drop us a message. Let us know you were here, so indeed we can say hi to you. And of course, if you're coming back after a while, well, welcome back to Story Time. Welcome back to this wonderful community. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, if you're a regular, sending you extra hugs. Thank you for being here with us on Story Time. Good morning to you. I know it's freezing in places, so I hope that people are definitely able and are definitely keeping warm. Thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. And yes, I mentioned this a little earlier, but we are looking at this challenge together too. So just making sure there too that today we are in the yellow. Yes, today is the 20th. Help others by giving away something that you don't need. Absolutely. So that is the encouragement for today. Think about it. Look around. Are there extra toys that we may not need that somebody else could benefit from? Is there something else, an extra jacket that we could give away? Are there those shoes that have gotten too small? Somebody else might be able to use them. Yes. So help others by giving away something that you don't need. And a big thank you indeed to Action for Happiness for creating this challenge and indeed encouraging us to do something kind every day, every single day this December. Thank you so much for joining in and absolutely appreciate you. And of course, too, just thankful to Spalding Meadows of Petaluma for creating this design for us. And it's a beautiful piece. the picture looks good, but also like when you see it in person, it is a beautiful, beautiful piece of art indeed. Thank you so much, Josh Spalding and Spalding Meadows out there in Petaluma. Thank you. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Are you ready for our story for today? But before we go into that, I must mention too, our special mention for today is a book written by Justine. This one is by Janine Macbeth. And it is called Oh Baby Boy, and we've read it before here on Storytime. So if you want to know what it's about, please do check it out there, or indeed find it where you find books. Beautiful one indeed. And yes, we want books that are inclusive. We want books that reflect our wonderful and diverse communities. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Construction site, merry and bright, coming up very shortly. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Good morning to you, Nathan and Sarah. How are you doing today? Good to see you here. And you're saying it is sunny out there in Illinois, but cold. Oh yes, do not be tricked. Make sure you carry your jacket as you're leaving. If you're anywhere in and around that area, Illinois, please be sure to carry some warm clothing as you leave the house. Thank you so much for joining in today. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Hugs to you. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Good morning to you, Kristen Costa, Miles and Owen. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in out there in Massachusetts. Thank you for being here this morning. Absolutely appreciate you. And yeah, glad we're here together, ready for our story for today. I am excited about this one. You know, when SHERRI, DUSKEY, RINKER, and A.G. Ford come together, it is indeed a beautiful one. And of course, we know SHERRI, DUSKEY, RINKER is becoming the queen of Christmas books. So here we go with this one today. Construction site, merry and bright, coming up very shortly after this break. Thank you so much for being here with us. Go, grab your hot chocolate right now. Go get it. Grab that water that you need. Everything else that will make this story time even better for you. Go. Thank you so much for joining in, friends. Absolutely appreciate you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Savita Murthy from Tandem Partners in Early Learning. We're a nonprofit organization working at the intersection of early childhood education and social justice. And our goal is to bring high quality early learning experiences to the communities we serve. How do we do this? We bring beautiful books and learning materials for children, workshops and playgroups for families, and professional development for teachers. Tune in on Friday to learn more about us and the work we do. And now it's back to story time with Mr. Lamada.
Thank you indeed, Savita. And that's the executive director at Tandem. And if you joined us last Friday, you were able to see Savita here sharing in what Tandem does, what their mission is, what their vision is, and indeed some resources that they have at this Tandem website, which you can go to and indeed check out those resources that they have for parents, for educators, and of course, that will help us in early learning for our little ones, of course. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today and welcome. And of course, you can donate to Tandem if you're able. And tell your friends if there are any people who are in the Bay Area and are able to donations. Like we say, do not mean just the financial aspect. It could be time. It could be other ways too that would be aligned. So reach out to Tandem if you're able. Thank you so much for joining in. Our book for today, construction site, merry and bright. A Christmas Lift the Flap book. Are you ready for this one? Oh my goodness. Here we go. This one is written by SHERRI, DUSKEY, RINKER, and illustrations by A.G. Ford. And yeah, it's a beautiful board book. And I hope that you're able to find it at your local library as well. And we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. In the big construction yard, tough truck friends are working hard. They always do, don't they? This construction team. Today's big job is done at last. Oh, my goodness. And Christmas Eve is coming fast. Oh, my. It is almost upon us. But how will big trucks celebrate? Each one is planning something great. Are you planning something great this Christmas? How are you going to celebrate if you celebrate? What are you going to do? Do you celebrate any other events? Ah. Well, here comes flatbed. What does flatbed have? Are you ready? Ah, whoa. Well, flatbed has, oh, and skid steer too, with a load of Christmas cheer. Oh my goodness, look at that. Flatbed is carrying skid steer too. And lots of Christmas cheer. Yes, a load of Christmas cheer. My goodness, Flatbed, you brought the party. Wow. What else is happening? Oh, look at this. What is Flatbed carrying? We know skid steer is in there. Let us see. Whoa, it's a giant Christmas tree. Oh my goodness. Crane truck dips his boom to look, then lifts up something on his hook. He holds it high for all to see. Aw. Yes, indeed. He holds it high for all to see. It's a giant Christmas tree. Aw. Oh, wow. The construction site is getting ready. My goodness, special surprises just at the beginning. Crane truck dips his boom to look, then lifts up something on his hook. He holds it up high for everyone to see, for all to see. Ah. Excavator is coming through. He is hauling something too. Oh my goodness. What are you hauling, excavator? We want to know. Slowly he rose to a stop and raises his boom to the top. He tips his bucket carefully. What could it be? Oh my goodness, excavator, what do you have? Are you ready to see? Oh, here we go. There's a flap right there. And of course, I don't have nails to open it. Oh, there we go. And puts a star right on the tree. Oh my goodness, that's what you had. Yes, excavator. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Excavator, you hit that star well. He tilts his blade. Who's there now? Bulldozer's path is strong and straight. He pushes something towards the gate. What is it? He tilts his blade. He grits his teeth and sets up. What is it? And I love the hat. Bulldozer's path is strong and straight. He pushes something towards the gate. He tilts his blade. He grits his teeth and sets up. What could it be? What could it be indeed? Oh, let's see under the flap. Oh my goodness. One huge Christmas wreath. Oh my. Does Yodo have a Christmas wreath this holiday? Or have you seen one at the neighbors maybe? Yes. Bulldozer sets up a huge Christmas wreath. Wow. That is some teamwork that is happening here. Everything coming together. Who's next? Oh, dump truck is here. Dump truck's rolling down the road. He hauls a great big heavy load. Oh my. Through this frosty winter, right with special cargo. Through this special winter night with special cargo. Packed in tight. Oh my goodness. Dump truck, what do you have rolling down the road? He hauls a great big heavy load through this frosty winter night with the special cargo packed in tight. Aww. He reaches, he tilts his bed down toward the ground. What could it be? What do you think? Here we go. We find out in 3, 2, 1. Oh my. And presents pour out all around. Can you see them? Oh, wow. Now I want to join the construction site for some gift giving. Oh my goodness. Yes. Dump truck tilts his bed down toward the ground, and presents pour out all around. Oh my. Wow, dump truck, thank you. Oh my goodness. There's more. There's yet more. Cement mixer pours out something new. His friend skid steer is helping too. She rows along to pull and lift. They work together, sure and swift. And now the dark and wintry nights, what's happening? And now the dark and wintry nights, what do you think? What were cement mixer and skid steer up to? What are they bringing? Oh my goodness. Let us see. Oh, I'm telling you, without nails, it is hard to get the flaps. The nights will glow with miles of Christmas lights. My, did you guess right? Oh, cement mixer, skid steer. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful job. Great teamwork. Yes. And now the dark and wintry nights will glow with miles of Christmas lights. Oh. Are the bridges in your area lit up? I actually haven't checked here because usually the Bay Bridge here, connecting San Francisco and Oakland, usually has lights. I'll check. Maybe they do. I know there's lights on the span, the San Francisco side of it. So we'll see. Maybe they do have it again. But it is always a pretty sight indeed. Cement mixer, skid steer. Thank you for the lights. Oh my goodness, it looks so beautiful. The construction site is looking fine. Oh yes, with garlands, gifts, and things that shine. But Big Truck's now true Christmas cheer is in the joy of good friends near. Yes, a time to gather, give, and share. A season filled with love and care. Oh, yes, indeed. Important reminders right there. The construction site is looking fine. Yes, indeed. The tree looks gorgeous with garlands, gifts, and things that shine. But big trucks know true Christmas cheer is in the joy of good friends near. Oh, a time to gather, give, and share. A season filled with love and care. Oh, yes. Construction site, merry and bright. Merry Christmas and shh. night. Ah, isn't that a pretty sight? I'll let it sit there for a minute. Construction site, merry and bright. Merry Christmas and good night. And that is the end of our story today. Thank you so much for joining in, friends. Construction site, merry and bright. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining in today, and I'll be back after this short break.
Hi, everybody. I'm Savita Murthy from Tandem Partners in Early Learning. We're a nonprofit organization working at the intersection of early childhood education and social justice. And our goal is to bring high-quality early learning experiences to the communities we serve. How do we do this? We bring beautiful books and learning materials for children, workshops and playgroups for families, and professional development for teachers. Tune in on Friday to learn more about us and the work we do. And now it's back to Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Savita. And what very important. I love that the intersection of early learning, children's learning, and social justice, and of course, professional development for teachers and educators and other adults. And I think that's so important that educators are given more and more time to sharpen their skills, to keep learning. Because as you're going through teaching programs, you're going through and learning things, but there's so many other things too that we actually have to be reminded and also continue to grow in as we are in the actual practice. So thank you indeed, Tandem, for partnering with the different schools, and hopefully such models are extended to many other areas. But thank you for being here with me today, friends. Absolutely appreciate you. And just one more time, the last bit of this book, so important. The construction site is looking fine, with garlands, gifts, and things that shine. But the trucks know true Christmas cheer is in the joy of good friends near. A time to gather, give, and share. A season filled with love and care. So whatever you're able, please do go out there and share. Even if it's that jacket that maybe gets too small now and is ready to be given out, or you have too many of one that could go away, please do that. Thank you so much. But of course, even just your special thoughts, your special prayers, and good thoughts, positive vibes, sending out positive vibes to everybody out there counts. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Thank you for being here. Remember our special mention from Janine Macbeth. This one, oh baby boy, it has been here to Storytime before, and of course you can find it at on our Storytime platforms, but of course you can also find it where you find books. Tomorrow we're back for the shortest day, and yes, we celebrate the shortest day, coming to you from Susan Cooper and Carson Ellis. So join us tomorrow for this beautiful book, for this wonderful celebration, as we continue the holiday season mood right here on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in, friends. Absolutely love it that we are here together. It is amazing to look at all these books that we've read so far this week, and it's been a year because they're season books, but which you can read. I encourage you can read them at any time, but because they have such a set theme in a way, it's been almost a year since they've been back here to Storytime, and I'm glad that we're bringing them back because they are special books, reminding us why they're special books. Beautiful indeed. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope that you enjoyed that wonderful book. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for being here with us one more time. Amanda, thank you for joining us. Nathan and Sarah, thank you for joining us out there in Illinois, where it is cold and sunny. This evening is sunny. If you know, you know. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you, and I'm glad that we were here together. Thank you indeed for joining us from all the way out there in Illinois, and I hope that you have a wonderful Tuesday indeed. Thank you. And Zoe, of course, we do not forget you. Zoe, I hope everything is all right. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Good morning to you, Owen and Miles. Thank you so much for joining us out there in Massachusetts. And of course, Christine Costa, thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, so much cheer around, so much cheer. Let us gather, but of course, too, let us remember to spare a thought for those that may not have may not have some of the things that we take for granted, some of the things that we have. And even if we don't take them for granted, let's just be aware that there are others out there that need that extra love, that extra special attention. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you all. Good morning, Chrissy Mitchell Adams. Good to see you here out there in Vermont. Of course, Borden, thank you so much. Say we will rewatch this evening when he's home from daycare. Well, thank you for joining us, Chrissy. Good to see you. Happy holidays to you. I hope that you and your entire family are doing well. Sending you extra hugs out there in Vermont. Thank you indeed. And how is it? Hopefully not too cold, but I can only imagine at this time of the year. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to see you, Chrissy Mitchell Adams. And of course, Borden, sending you hugs as well, and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for joining in. This has been Storytime for today. This has been Storytime for this wonderful Tuesday morning. I hope that it is a good one indeed for you out there. Thank you so much for joining us. And please remember too that today we do have our December challenge coming in from Action for Happiness. And today we're looking at the 20th of December. Can you believe it? 2022 is almost out. 11 days to go. Oh my goodness. Today, help others by giving away something that you don't need. Oh, yes, indeed. Help others by giving away something that you don't need. So look around. If there's something that you could spare, please go ahead and do that. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. Every one of you. Hugs. And I hope that this Tuesday is a good one. If you're on break or indeed you're home like me, whether working from home, doing school from home, I hope that everything goes well. I hope that indeed we do have that connection, those family members around, those our friends that we're able to connect. Wishing you the very best. Thank you so much for joining in. Please don't forget to join us tomorrow for the shortest day. And it is your. Thank you so much for joining in. This one will be coming to you from Susan Cooper, Carson Ellis, and we'll be reading it with permission of Candlewick Press. Do join us tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. this truly matter, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be with. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be